Welcome back. Today we're on inference questions, the ones that end in a blank, and ask which choice most logically completes the text. The trap is picking the answer that sounds clever instead of the one the passage actually proves. I run every single one of these through the same 3 checks, and today we'll mark up 5 together. Easy to nasty. Here's the whole method. Check 1. List the facts the text establishes. Treat every sentence as evidence you're allowed to use and count nothing from outside the passage. Check 2. Name the job the lead-in gives the blank. The words just before it suggests that, concluded that, argued that, tell you what kind of conclusion belongs there. Check 3. Pick the choice the facts fully support. The right answer is already paid for by the passage. Too strong, off topic, or fighting a fact, and it's gone. Question 1, our warm-up. Check 1. List the facts the text establishes. Fact 1. A dog watches its owner hide a treat under one of 2 identical cups. Fact 2. When the owner points at the right cup, the dog picks it far more often than chance. Fact 3. When the owner only looks at the right cup, the dog still beats chance. And fact 4. With no cue at all, the dog just guesses. The lead-in says the researchers inferred that, so the blank needs the conclusion those facts prove. Now the choices. A says the dog sniffs out the right cup with no human help. But with no cue, the dog guessed randomly. If it could smell the treat, it wouldn't. Cross it off. B says dogs follow a point more readily than a look. Both cues beat chance here, and nobody measured which was stronger. Set it aside. D says dogs read facial expressions just as well as gestures, but faces were never tested. Strike it. That leaves the one about using human cues like pointing and gaze to find the food. Every fact backs it, so we lock in choice C. The winner stays inside what was actually measured. 2 cues that worked and 1 absence that didn't. And it claims nothing about smell or faces. Question 2. The facts. 2 years after a city launched bike share, rush hour car traffic on several downtown corridors dropped. The bike share trips clustered on the routes running right alongside the most congested of those corridors. And in surveys, most regular riders said they used to make those same trips by car. The lead-in, this evidence suggests that, wants the conclusion those 3 facts actually pay for. To the choices. B says bike share wiped out rush hour car traffic downtown. Traffic dropped, that's a decline, not gone. Toss it. C says residents grew more worried about air pollution. Nice motive, but attitudes were never measured. Off the board. D says the bike ride is faster than driving, yet speed never comes up. Rule it out. The remaining choice says some commuters swapped car trips for bike share on the congested routes. Falling car traffic, bike trips on the parallel routes, riders who used to drive, it all lands there. We keep choice A. This one concludes exactly what the facts pay for. A switch in how people travel. Without sliding into motives or speed, the passage never touches. Question 3. Check 2. Name the job the lead-in gives the blank. Facts first. A school adds 20 minutes of morning outdoor recess, and its afternoon quiz scores climb over the semester. A matched school nearby, schedule unchanged, holds steady. Attendance stays flat at both. The lead-in, the administrators concluded that wants the conclusion that whole setup supports, and that match school is doing real work. The choices. A says recess does more than the instruction it replaced, but recess was added, not swapped in, and nothing here weighs one against the other. Scratch it. B says the students just got healthier on their own. If that were true, the matched school would have climbed too, and it didn't. Contradicted, out. C says a longer day always raises scores everywhere, and one school can't prove everywhere. Drop it. The last choice says adding morning recess can lift afternoon quiz scores. The change happened only where recess was added. That's choice D. This one respects the control group. The only thing different at that school was the recess, so the recess earns the credit. Question 4, where it gets slippery. The facts. A company sees that employees in its optional wellness program cost less in healthcare than those who skipped it, and it credits the program. But an analyst notes the employees chose whether to join, so she checks each enrollee's costs the year before joining against their costs after, and the two come out about the same. The lead-in, the analyst argued that points the blank at whatever that before and after actually shows. Choices. B says the program raised the joiners' costs, but their before and after barely moved, so it didn't raise anything. Cut it. C says make the program mandatory for everyone, a recommendation the analyst's point doesn't support. Gone. D says the people who skipped it cared less about their health, yet their attitudes are never mentioned. Chuck it. The remaining choice says the lower costs come from who chose to join, not from the program itself. Same costs before and after, and enrollees still cheaper. Lower cost people selected themselves in. We keep choice A. When people pick their own group, the before and after is the tell. Their own numbers didn't budge, so the savings were about who signed up, not the program. Question 5, the hardest of the day. Check 3. Pick the choice the facts fully support. The facts: almost no rain falls on this coastal desert, yet one narrow strip is lush while everything around it is barren. The fix comes next. A cold current offshore chills the night air and sends thick fog rolling across exactly that strip, and the plants there have grooved leaves that comb water out of the fog and run it to the roots. The conclusion has to resolve that surprise with the mechanism we were handed. Eliminations. A says the desert really gets far more rain than surveys recorded. The passage opens by saying almost none falls. The water is fog. Kill it. C says every desert plant will eventually grow fog-catching leaves, but one strip can't stretch to every. Nix that one. D says the offshore current is getting colder lately, and no trend like that is ever mentioned. Off it goes. The choice left says plants can pull enough water to thrive from fog instead of rain. That's the mechanism doing its job. We lock in choice B. It resolves the puzzle with the mechanism the passage actually gives us, instead of quietly rewriting a premise, the signature of a right answer on a hard inference. So that's the method. List the facts, name the blank's job, and pick the choice the facts fully support. 10 fresh inference questions are waiting in the printable practice test, and the link is pinned in the comments. Work them cold, then check yourself. See you in the next one.